Hi, welcome to CUTA, Center for Universal Teachings Applied. I always use the term and say CUTA because it's less of a mouthful, less syllables than Center for Universal Teachings Applied. That's a lot to say. CUTA is a spiritual educational endeavor. The education is based on the universal teachings, which apply to everybody regardless of your personal belief system or the religion you may follow. The reason that they're applicable because they are based on God's immutable laws. And laws are laws. Just like the Ten Commandments, these are the laws that govern everyday life. And by understanding them and applying them, it can bring you happiness and health on every single level. The teachings have been presented to man for millennium, starting with probably Moses, actually in the Bible, and I will be doing Bible classes down the road. But starting with Lao Tzu, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, Buddha, Confucius, and I consider Jesus the teacher for our age. Because Jesus even says in the Bible, which you can see here, keep my sayings. He never said, believe in me. That's something that comes up in the new interpretations. I refer to two particular pieces of work that I feel have the least amount of corruption in terms of man's interference. One is the Gospel according to Thomas. This was written while Jesus was alive. Unlike the Gospels, the four Gospels, these were written 70 years after the death of Jesus. Now, I know that if I tell you something and you tell your neighbor and your neighbor tells their neighbor and their neighbor tells their neighbor and it comes back to me, that whatever it is I told you will be altered in some way, shape, or form. Maybe something will be added. Maybe something will be left out. And therein lies the difficulty and the issue. And what I found in the new Bibles are a couple of what I would consider taking Jesus away from the people. And because if you look at the teachings, one of the things that Jesus says, and this is in Luke, the kingdom is within. However, in the new Bibles, what it says is that the kingdom is amongst you or amidst you. Well, amongst and amidst are more external and not so internal. So man is seeking to lead you away from going within and finding the kingdom. Look at what's taught in Matthew, finding the way, the narrow path. Many people think that because they're good Christians that they are on that narrow path. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe they're on this path, being led by the blind, because Jesus always taught that you really need to understand. And this is why it says in this parable, where he opened up the understandings for the disciples so that they could understand the truth of what, not only what his parables were saying, but what the scriptures were saying. At CUTA, we will teach you how to have eyes to see and ears to hear, as was brought up in Ezekiel, as well as what Jesus said to the disciples one day in this particular statement. At any rate, like I said, we are a spiritual educational center. We are non-profit certified by the IRS, and everything we do is free. There are multiple books available to you for mind, body, spirit, because we need you to be healthy on every single level. Only through being clear, being healthy, can one lower one's defenses to find that kingdom within. Anyway, hopefully you'll partake in everything we have to offer. Like I say, it's all free, and we're here to be of aid and benefit to you. Thanks for taking the time to listen, and look for our newsletter. Sign up for our newsletter, our seminars, our webinars. We're doing a life enrichment journey as well. Consider participating and helping spread the light. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a fabulous everything. Take care and be well.